Every roar of an engine has a story behind it. Some stories are celebrated at Daytona or Talladega, but others are buried under weeds, broken grandstands, and fading asphalt. These forgotten tracks once defined NASCAR, places where legends were made, rivalries burned, and communities lived for race day. Today, we take you beyond the track, into the history of NASCAR's lost race venues. This is Motorsport Minds, where we bring you the machines, the legends, and the moments that changed motorsport forever.
I can't see.
1. North Wilkesboro, the soul of stock car racing. If you want to understand what NASCAR used to be before billion-dollar TV deals, corporate sponsorships, and glittering super speedways, you need to understand North Wilkesboro Speedway. Built in 1947, even before NASCAR itself was officially founded, North Wilkesboro wasn't just a track, it was a cradle for stock car racing. Nestled in the rolling hills of North Carolina, it reflected the roots of the sport: tough, rural, blue-collar, and fiercely proud. The track wasn't glamorous, its grandstands were modest, its facilities were simple, but what it lacked in polish, it made up for in character. North Wilkesboro had a unique 0.625-mile layout that defied easy driving. One straightaway ran downhill, while the other pitched back uphill, creating a rhythm that punished mistakes and rewarded skill. Drivers couldn't just muscle their way around the oval, they had to think. Fans loved it. For the people of Wilkes County, race weekends weren't just entertainment. They were a community celebration. Families packed the stands with coolers, homemade signs, and unshakable loyalty for their favorite drivers. For local businesses, it was the biggest event of the year. Hotels sold out, restaurants overflowed, and the town became, for a few days, the beating heart of NASCAR Nation. And on the track, legends were made. Richard Petty, Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, some of the greatest names in NASCAR history battled here, carving out unforgettable moments. Waltrip in particular became a master of North Wilkesboro, his dominance earning him both respect and the ire of rival fans. But North Wilkesboro was more than just races. It was a symbol. It was proof that NASCAR's soul lived not in giant stadiums or national broadcasts, but in small towns where racing was a way of life. So why is it gone? By the 1990s, NASCAR was changing. The sport was booming in popularity, drawing national attention and major sponsors. Bigger markets demanded bigger venues. Tracks in Texas, California, and Las Vegas offered tens of thousands more seats and shiny modern facilities. Suddenly, a small-town track like North Wilkesboro didn't look like the future, it looked like the past. In 1996, the last Cup race was held there. The engines went silent and the heart of a community broke. Fans cried, drivers mourned, and Wilkes County felt a void that money couldn't fill. For years, North Wilkesboro sat abandoned, decaying before the eyes of those who loved it. Rusted gates, overgrown infield grass, empty grandstands. It became a ghost of itself, a haunting reminder of what NASCAR had been. And yet the story doesn't end there. In recent years, nostalgia and determination have sparked efforts to revive North Wilkesboro. Grassroots fans and passionate voices demanded its return, and slowly momentum grew. The track has hosted late model races again, renovations have begun, and whispers of a full NASCAR comeback no longer sound impossible. Because North Wilkesboro isn't just a track, it's the soul of stock car racing, and souls, no matter how long they sleep, never truly die. 2. Rockingham, the track that tested champions. If North Wilkesboro was NASCAR's soul, then Rockingham, better known as The Rock, was its proving ground. Opened in 1965 in Richmond County, North Carolina, Rockingham Speedway was built for speed and endurance. At just over 1 mile in length, with high banking and abrasive pavement, it quickly earned a reputation as one of the toughest tests on the circuit. Tires wore down fast, cars slid loose out of corners, and only the smartest, toughest drivers could master it. Rockingham wasn't a track that handed out easy wins. It demanded strategy, managing tire wear, balancing aggression with patience, knowing when to push and when to hold back. Those who understood the Rock's rhythm thrived, and those who didn't, they were humbled, often brutally. Fans adored it. For decades, the Rock was a staple of the NASCAR schedule, hosting races in both the spring and fall. Drivers like Cale Yarborough, Dale Earnhardt, and Rusty Wallace etched their names into its history with gutsy performances. Earnhardt, in particular, seemed built for Rockingham, his relentless style perfectly suited to its unforgiving nature. But Rockingham wasn't just about legendary drivers. It was about legendary moments. Races decided on fuel mileage gambles, last-lap duels that left cars smoking and fans breathless. The Rock had a way of delivering drama, of reminding everyone that in NASCAR, nothing was guaranteed until the checkered flag waved. And yet, like North Wilkesboro, Rockingham fell victim to NASCAR's expansion. By the early 2000s, the sport was chasing bigger markets and bigger dollars. Crowds at Rockingham began to dwindle, not because fans stopped caring, but because the sport itself was shifting its spotlight elsewhere. In 2004, NASCAR cut Rockingham's final Cup race. Just like that, the Rock was no longer part of the schedule. Attempts were made to keep it alive. The track hosted Truck Series races, ARCA events, and even saw efforts to revive it as a testing ground for young drivers. But without the Cup Series, its prestige faded. By the 2010s, the Rock stood mostly empty, another giant silenced by the changing tides of NASCAR. Still, among fans and drivers, Rockingham holds a special place. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't glamorous, but it was real. It was a driver's track, one that punished weakness and rewarded skill. And for many, its loss represents not just the end of a venue, but the end of an era when NASCAR's toughest battles were fought on tracks that demanded everything from those who dared to race. Today, efforts to save the Rock continue. Ownership has changed hands multiple times. Local communities have pushed for its revival. And like North Wilkesboro, it stands as both a ghost and a hope, a reminder that NASCAR's greatest tests often came on tracks the sport left behind.